Good morning. Welcome to today's show and Happy New Year to everyone in the upstate. I have the pleasure of speaking today to artist and founder of Haggan of Southern Jersey, Sonia Haggan. How are you?
I'm well, thank you. And you?
I'm doing great. Now tell us a little bit something about Haggan of Southern Jersey.
Haggan of Southern Jersey is an art program. I have a gallery as well. We work with children and the elderly. With the children, we introduce them to visual arts programs. We go inside schools that may not have programs as early as preschool and following through to elementary school. On our geriatric side, we work with the elderly in that are having trouble with probably early onset dementia and Alzheimer's in a creative capacity, teaching them and working with them through art programs.
Okay, great. I know a lot of people are really concerned because a lot of art programs have been being cut out of schools recently, and they say art is something really good for children to get into because it also increases their strengths in other subjects such as English and math as well.
It really does. People don't realize there is a lot of discipline that comes with the arts because in order to keep your craft going and doing well, you have to work at it. In performing arts, you have to practice. There's science, there's math, all in the arts. And if we get our children interested in programming of a different sort and artists and a way to express themselves, then they may not be out doing things that we're not too proud of them doing. So that's one of the reasons that we introduced this program.
Exactly. And I'm all for kids branching out and doing different things. It's such a video game age. And, nowadays they sit at home, even when it's a beautiful day out and they're playing video games or watching TV. So I think it's important that we introduce them to different things, such as art or such as tennis or just different cultural.
Exactly. All of those things are creative sources to me. Venus and Serena are great tennis players, but they had to be creative at their craft in order to be the stars that they are. It's not just playing tennis. There's a creativeness that comes along with that. And I do believe that that's how my mom raised me. It was a tool. I went to dance classes. I went to all these things. And when I didn't do what I was supposed to do, those fun things were taken away from me. And so it was a bargaining chip as well as a way of keeping me involved in something other than being out in the streets doing things I didn't have any business doing. So it's a form of expression. There's a lot of kids dealing with a lot of things that we as kids did not have to deal with. And it's a way for them to express themselves without saying a word. It doesn't have to offend anyone. It can be poetry. They can write their thoughts down. They can paint their thoughts. It's an escape hatch. It's a way to not be in the place that you are right now. So
Exactly. And if we don't introduce them to these things, they may never find something that they may eventually love to do.
Absolutely. It's just a creative living is fun living. That's the way I look at it. I mean, there are a lot of careers behind the scenes that our children don't know about. I mean, there are people who work behind the camera that make just as much in front of the camera, and have benefits because they're union, and so there are different ways with the economy and the way things are in the United States now. You have to learn different ways to make money. The old ways are gone, and so if you have something that you can tap into, look at what the computer age has done. People work from home all the time using creative ways to make a living. So this just enhances their natural creativity.
Exactly. Now tell us something about the work that you do with the children when you go into schools.
We like to go in and bring stories to life. We take storybooks and essentially make plays with the children, especially preschool kids. It was funny, we went in a classroom one time and I said, "You guys want to do a play?" And one of the little boys, 4 years old, he said, "Yeah, that's great, but we can't read." I mean, the fact that he knew that you had to be able to read to be able to be an actor
Right.
was just amazing to me, to be coming from a 4-year-old. So it's a way of bringing their storybooks to life, or the cartoons that they watch, more interactive. And then we put on performances for their family and friends, the communities. All kids like to perform. I know my cousins and I, we danced for my relatives at parties, and we were a constant source of entertainment. And it's just a way to bring creative living to a child's life.
Right. And you had also mentioned that you do go into senior citizen homes and you do art classes with them as well. What's that like?
That's really great because, as well, you go into a lot of nursing homes where, or facilities where the quality of life, they're a nice facility, but they're just kind of hanging out. There are a lot of people who were creative before they got older and did dynamic things, and nobody knows it, and so it's a way of awakening something creative in them that has gone dormant, and they become like children themselves, finding that remembering being on grandma's porch. Like we've done paint sessions where we talk about springtime, and people have said, oh, I remember my mother had an apple tree in the backyard, and they paint it, and you wind up finding beautiful works inside of people who were just kind of sitting around. So just because you're older, I don't think your creative juices dry up and go away. They have to be awakened and used.
Exactly. And we were talking earlier about how you bridge the old and the young, how you will bring kids together with the elderly and how that works out.
Yeah, I do that because in our communities today, there are not a lot of elders in the community. And most of the things I learned creatively, I learned at the hand of an older person. My godmother crocheted, my grandmother sewed, my mother sewed. It was that's how you learn to do things. I'm amazed at the young people who don't know how to hem a pair of pants, or throw something away because a button is off of it. And bringing the two together, the kids get a lot out of seeing the elderly people and learning that that older people do have something to offer, and the older people get so much joy out of being around the children. It makes them feel alive and younger, and it's always fun to watch kids do their thing, and it just brings a sense of joy to them. So everybody's kind of happy when they finish with the programming.
Exactly. Now, you brought in a catalog of your work for me, of your artwork, and I'm amazed. I absolutely love it. You do not only African American art, but
I am an abstract folk artist. Artists are artists. I happen to be an African American, therefore the pictures that I tend to see in my mind and have my face on them. I am not a fine artist, a detail artist. I'm an abstract artist. I kind of see things differently. The studio, however, has space for all artists. We work with abstract artists, fine artists, folk artists, poets, jewelry makers. Anyone who has a creative side is welcome to be a part of our organization and work with us, display their stuff. We want to be a place where people can stop over after work and come in and have a cup of coffee, walk around and see some stuff, just kind of hang out, maybe hear a poet read a poem, that type of thing, and go home satisfied and feeling good because they've gotten off from work and been able to enjoy themselves a little bit before going home, unwind, that kind of thing.
Okay, and a great opportunity to do that would be at your event, which is called Paint It Black. It's an African American artist showcase that will be held from January 14th through February 22nd. And it's your studio and gallery are located at the Chick Hampton building at 1 Chick Springs Road, suite number 113 in Greenville. That event doors will open at 5:30 p.m. and you'll stay open until 8:30. For more information, you can always call 864-243-8729, and that'll be your grand opening event. Is that correct?
Yes, yes. And we still have space for artists. If there are artists out there who are interested in displaying their stuff for this event, they can also call that number and be in touch with me, and I can give them the information that they need.
Okay, great. Now, one picture that I saw, one piece of artwork that I saw that I absolutely fell in love with is called Alberta's Love. It's beautiful. Can you tell us the story behind that?
Yes, I can. My Aunt Alberta, who was the elder of our family, but the youngest thing in our family. I mean, she had this free spirit, this incredible spirit, and she was the most supportive of anybody who was doing anything creative. That was your person of support. And her middle initial was L, and she called herself Alberta Love. And so for her birthday, I painted this painting, The Heart with Wings. And my Aunt Alberta has since passed away, and my mother has requested that I not sell this piece, that I keep this piece, which she didn't have to request real hard. And it's called Alberta's Love, and it's my mom's piece now, but everyone kind of gravitates to that piece, and that makes me feel so good because that's the kind of person my Aunt Alberta was.
Wow, it's beautiful. And I definitely want to encourage the community to come out to your grand opening event and just check out all the work that's out there by Miss Haggan and by other artists as well. You can also go to my blog at 1073jams.com. Just click on the Rhonda Rawlings blog, and you can take a look at a couple of examples of artwork done by Miss Haggan and by other artists that will be displayed at the studio. Haggan of Southern Jersey will also be offering introduction to art classes for children and adult sketch and painting classes. So once again, that's the grand opening event for Haggan of Southern Jersey, to be held January 14th through February 22nd. The doors open at 5:30 p.m. and they'll stay open until 8:30 p.m. Refreshments will be served. For more information, you can call 243-8729. Ms. Haggan, thank you so much for coming in today.
Thank you for having me. It's been a pleasure.